Hey there, if you're a military family PCSing to Fort Carson and you're wondering where to live, what to expect, and how to make the smartest housing choice, this video is for you. My name's Tulio Pena. I'm a realtor here in Southern Colorado, and I specialize in helping military families find the right home near Fort Carson. Many of them in Fountain, Colorado, one of the closest and most popular communities for Army families. Let's start with location. Fountain's directly adjacent to Fort Carson. We're talking just minutes from gate 20 or gate 19, depending on where you live. That's why it's one of the top choices for military families. If you want to avoid sitting in traffic for 30 minutes every morning, Fountain's your shortcut. A lot of families stationed at Fort Carson appreciate being able to come home for lunch or get back quickly in case of emergency or surprise schedule changes. And believe me, we know that happens a lot with Army life. Another bonus, the area around Mesa Ridge Parkway and Fountain Mesa Road has really come to life with new restaurants, coffee shops, and grab-and-go spots. Whether it's picking up a quick breakfast on the way to PT or meeting your spouse or coworker for lunch, it's easier than ever to find solid local options without heading all over or making your way out to Colorado Springs. It's a small town convenience with growing variety. So what does housing look like in Fountain? It's mostly single family homes with some newer developments and some established neighborhoods. You'll find homes built in the early 2000s as well as newer construction popping up just east of the city. Many homes here come with 3 to 5 bedrooms, 2-car garages, decent sized yards, ideal for families and pets and barbecues. We see a lot of buyers using their VA loans here, and Fountain's generally more affordable than Colorado Springs proper. It's a great opportunity to build equity rather than throwing away BAH on rent. Prices are typically a bit lower per square foot, and your dollar stretches further than in some of the northern neighborhoods closer to the city center. A few popular neighborhoods you might hear about include Cumberland Green, Mesa Ridge, and Lorson Ranch, which is technically in Colorado Springs, but it's so close to Fountain that it feels like Fountain. Each of these areas has its own vibe and school zones and builder history, which I help my clients navigate based on their goals. Now, if you've got kids, schools are probably on your radar. Fountain Fort Carson School District 8 serves much of the area and includes both on-post and off-post schools. The community here is used to the rhythm of military life. Teachers and principals understand deployments, transitions, and emotional support needs. Just a couple of years ago, Fountain Fort Carson School District 8 built an amazing arena. And this is the outside of it. And if you look behind me, this is what the inside looks like. This thing rivals many D2 universities arenas, something that I would say is quite spectacular that the high schoolers and middle schoolers get to use. Fountain has a small town feel. You'll find local festivals, high school football games, and a lot of patriotism. You're going to meet neighbors who've served or are still serving, which makes for a really supportive environment. Let's talk strategy. If you're relocating and using your VA loan, here's what you should know. First, this market still moves fast, even with interest rates being higher than a couple of years ago. Homes near Fort Carson that are priced right will move, especially those under $450,000. Pre-approval with a local VA savvy lender is key. I always connect my clients with lenders who understand both PCS timelines and VA guidelines. You don't want any surprises in underwriting. Second, I help a lot of my families do sight unseen purchases or virtual tours. If you've got orders in hand but aren't boots on the ground yet, we can still make sure you get the right house in the right timeline, safely and confidently. And yes, we help with everything from remote inspections to local handyman and move-in readiness. Now here's something more buyers are starting to ask about: VA loan assumptions. In some cases, you might be able to assume a seller's VA loan, meaning you could take over their lower interest rate if you qualify. This can be a huge financial advantage in today's market. It's not always available, and the process can take longer than traditional loans. But if the opportunity is right, I'll help guide you through that conversation and determine if it's a smart move for your situation. Living in Fountain means you're close to the mountains, you've got quick access to Interstate 25, and you're about 20 minutes from downtown Colorado Springs. The cost of living here is more manageable than other parts of Colorado. Groceries, gas, and utilities are fairly average, and property taxes are relatively low. You're also close to outdoor fun. Think hiking in Cheyenne Mountain State Park, paddle boarding at Prospect Lake, and weekend road trips to places like Manitou Springs, or even skiing in Breckenridge. It's a great balance between military access, affordability, and Colorado lifestyle. My team and I aren't just real estate agents. Most of us are veterans or military spouses ourselves. We understand what it means to PCS, to live on a timeline, and to uproot your family. We've helped hundreds of military families make a smart move. Whether that's your forever home or a solid investment you'll rent out after your next set of orders. We also run community service projects, school supply drives, and client events throughout the year. When you work with us, you're not just buying a home. You're joining a local network that's here to support you. If you're PCSing to Fort Carson and thinking about buying a home in Fountain or the surrounding area, I'd be honored to help you. Drop a comment below, shoot me a message, or schedule a call. We can go over your timeline, local options, and make sure your transition is smooth. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, follow, or subscribe, and share this with someone you know who's relocating to Fort Carson. See you next time.